Hello everybody, welcome back to some more train sim, and we are basically taking out one of my favourite locos of all time, the Class 58. Not many 58s out there, you rarely see them. And you rarely see them doing a rail tour, to be honest. But that's what this is. It is in BR Red Stripe, and this scenario is called Waterloo Rail Tour. We're on the Great Western Mainline, and it takes 40 minutes. But yeah, you rarely see these locos being used for freight anymore, and back then. And you rarely see them for rail tours, but here we are. So we are going to jump in. We have got a red light, so we got a bit of time. And before we do, I just want to say, if you are a new viewer and you haven't already, please subscribe and like down below. Alright, let's jump in and get going. Cool. We are awaiting permission to enter Reading Station. Plenty of time to set your cab up. Maximum speed for this rail tour is 80 mile an hour. Cool, cool. Right, get some desk lights on. Get some headlights. We want wipers. Cool, cool. And this being a freight loco, we have actually got a speed controller here. So at the moment it's set to slow speed. Oh, sorry, one when it's set to normal, so that we don't run into any trouble. Because if you actually look at the 58's interior, you might sort of think, it looks a little bit like a 6.6, and I think this was sort of the it was sort of that precursor to the modern locos, freight locos, is how the layout is. You know, this is very reminiscent of how a 6.6 is laid out, with the console on this side with the power and the brakes and stuff being out onto this little shelf. Yeah, this was sort of just like that precursor. Oh, we've got a green, so let's give it some. And the brakes as well, they are air brakes, so we have to take them off like this. And as you can see, the needle's slowly coming up, which means you sort of have to think about braking a little bit. It's not going to be instant. You sort of have to think about it a little bit. We want to make sure that we don't get any wheel slip. It should tell us there if we do. But we're trying to sort of slowly start off, not giving it major power straight away. Let's just check I have actually got that set off. Yeah, so you can hear the engine sort of stall there with that. So we'll give it a little bit more. But yeah, that slow speed is for freight, really. Very rare that you actually get to see these doing like a rail tour, but maybe it happened. Maybe it happened, and this is what this scenario is based on. Quite a snowy, wintry morning as well. We'll give it a little bit more here, as now we're moving. Sort of get it up to speed. And we can speed, so we just want to be careful with that. But yeah, that is really cool that the slow speed setting works, because if you were filling up some aggregate wagons, you would want it to be set at a speed that the machine could fill, or the hopper could fill up the other wagons. And you wouldn't want it Right, we are going to have to be careful here about breaking into Reading here. Which this is another bit of a challenge, actually, because you've sort of got to pre-think about what you're doing. Being a freight loco, you've got to pre-think about, you know, we're stopping at this station and whatnot. Does it say 56 we're supposed to be departing? Well, arrive and depart, so... And as normal, there is no one on the platform. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. Only the dedicated hardcore passengers are going to want to be doing this rail tour in this weather. But yeah, this is one of my favourites. 37s are one of my favourites. 66s, obviously, I've said that many a time. But 66s are one of my favourites. And these 58s are one of my favourites as well. I also like Class 20s. I like a lot of freight locos. I like sort of the look of them and the power. Don't like driving them half the time because they are a bit boring. But this is a dovetail. This is a dovetail one. This one. It is not a. You've been informed of signal problems south of all services being stopped at Didcot North. Yeah, this isn't a Armstrong powerhouse or anything like that. Let's get a screenshot. Awesome. Alright, if we got a green. Coaches have been locked up. Away we go. So sort of Didcot, they said that there was going to be signal problems, so we need to just be advised about that. But yeah, this is a dovetail career scenario for the West Coast Mainline. So yeah, quite an interesting one. Obviously you can see that the textures and the model isn't as good as an Armstrong powerhouse. And these coaches are a little bit lackluster. I think they were supposed to be Mark IIs, I think. But yeah, they're a little bit lackluster. But, you know, the cab is where we spend most of our time. And I can't fault the dovetail cab, to be fair. It looks really, really good, actually. So they've done a good job. They've done a good job with the 58. But it's one of those locos that I don't think anyone's going to do. Like a refresh of it. I don't see Armstrong Powerhouse ever doing a 58. It's so obscure. They've got other locos that they want to do before they'd even consider the 58. So, bit of a shame, really. As it, like I say, it's one of my favourites. But this one's pretty decent. This one's pretty decent. I haven't even tried the horn out. Pretty decent, actually. Pretty decent horn on that. It has got a two-tone. High and a low. And yeah, not bad, really. Not bad. So we can start to speed this up a little bit more. Again, obviously, we've got to be really careful when it comes to stations. We're actually not stopping at that one. There's another 58 there, getting ready to take those HAA wagons. Hoppers away, by the looks of things. And yeah, bit of a miserable morning, you know, snow coming down and whatnot. We've got quite a long way to go, but we'll survive. Tilehurst is coming up, but we're actually not stopping at Tilehurst. So I don't know why it's on there, but we'll blast right through it. Obviously 80 mile an hour is our speed limit that we've been granted. So, but we really need to be careful when coming into a station that we're not doing mad speeds into it. Because, yeah, we've got to think about the brakes, obviously. Which is why I'm a bit more reluctant to actually go higher speed, really. But yeah, look at this thing. It's pretty cool. Let's get a screenshot of that. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I like getting these far away shots, really. Yeah, the under here is a bit lackluster under the loco. But we take what we can get. It's still pretty cool. Yeah, really like that horn. I think it's basically the 6.6 horn. But I don't actually know. £5 miles from Goring. Yeah, this is one of those routes that I was talking about last time where there's not really a lot going on. It's just sort of plain open fields, which I understand that maybe that this region is like that, but I tend not to like just train sim routes that are just open fields like that. I feel like it's a bit, I don't know, it's just a bit old, feels old. Some of the newer routes don't. They make it seem like the illusion is that it's busy and it carries on going even after that hill and whatnot. But the West Coast Main Line, it's not the West Coast Main Line. This is the Great Western Mainline. Sorry, the Great Western Mainline route is an old route. It's definitely up there for some of the oldest train sim routes, I'd say. We need to think about starting to slow in a sec. Oh, this class 43 wants a race, look. I think he's going to win. But yeah, at least we've got something a little bit, you know, little bit about this scenario. It's not just like a go from this location to this location freight scenario, because this is one of the issues I have with a lot of the freight scenarios is they take forever and they're boring. Because all you do is set the controls and sort of sit back and not do anything. Which sometimes I'm not keen on doing. I like sort of things going on, stopping at signals, stopping at stations and whatnot. We're going to have to sort of think about slowing at 1 mile. See, I don't want to apply the brakes too soon, but we potentially might come into here quite fast, so I just want to... I'm just being cautious, really. Might have to give it a little bit more because we are coming into here quite fast. And I think this is the good thing about air brakes is you can adjust your speed almost like accordingly. You know, you can give it less, give it more. It's quite a small little station actually. Obviously here I'm going to have to give it quite a bit more and it'll start coming on. Oh, we were going via here, sorry, we weren't stopping. I should have read it. My bad. We were going via here. We weren't stopping. I was thinking that was quite a small little station, to be fair. No, there is a few going vias actually. We are stopping at Didcot, Appleford, and then going via North Signal and Radley. My bad. Sorry. Let's really ramp it up actually. Bit on the go. And I was expecting to see some wheel slip, but we didn't get any. Which is good. Sorry if I have these sections where I'm not speaking about anything. Sometimes it's nice just to sit back and enjoy sort of what you're doing. Not sure if people enjoy just watching watching the gameplay or when they enjoy listening to my voice or whatnot. I'm not sure, but yeah, there might be moments where I'm quite quiet. because frankly there's not a lot to do and there's not a lot to talk about. And I seem to find myself talking about the same thing every video, to be fair. Whether it's to do with what games we want to play, what games we want to learn, what games we're currently playing. You know, my opinions on those games and the developers and whatnot. Sort of seem to talk about the same thing every time. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but at the moment we've not got a lot to talk about, so we're just enjoying it. I do want to say though, if you are enjoying the videos, please like and subscribe. And if you're not enjoying Train Sim, I do Eurotruck and OMSI 2. The last OMSI 2 video was on a map called Bodingham, which is a brand new English map that has come out. It's been 10 years in the making. Go check it out. Check the video out. I will leave a link at the end of the video to the OMSI 2 video. But you can also go to my channel and watch all of those. I've got big playlists with all Train Sim, OMSI 2, Eurotruck, whatever you fancy, it's there. So you can go watch them if you feel free. Yeah, we are. These two stations are not too far from each other at all. To be fair, all these aren't. I think the longest distance was literally just travelling to Didcot here. We could have done some running shots. Sometimes I don't sort of particularly mind doing running shots. Other times I'm a bit like, eh. Yeah, RailFreight Red Stripe livery, that's what this is called, the BR Red Stripe. The BR large logo Red Stripe. And it's got many a name. This is 58035. Oh. I totally missed that, EWS. Hopefully... it's gonna emergency brake us, unfortunately, because I missed it. Because I was too busy outside the cab. But at least we've got some action. All the passengers probably just went, whoa, what was that about? That's okay. We will just get her going again. Not sure what time we were supposed to get there by, but we're definitely late. I think we have to power off, yeah. And we can get going again. Let's bash it up to 100. I'm starting to think that maybe it doesn't have wheel slip physics in the game. Or, well, it does have wheel slip physics in the game. Some of the newer logos do, and you know, Armstrong Powerhouse and Just Trains have got got it sort of those features in. But I don't think this Dovetail 58 has got wheel slip feature implemented. Even though the light is there, I don't think it's implemented, because we would have definitely wheel slipped on this snowy rail. Definitely. yes, we are not far from Didcot. We are actually stopping here. We'll start powering down. I think this might have been the signal that they were talking about. That's having problems. Because it's not a station. It's just a junction. So either the signal's bust or it's we're just letting somebody else go. I imagine this is either going to be a yellow or a red. However, it's asking us to stop here anyway. So I am... Ooh, there's a steamer. Don't know steam engines very well, so I'm not too sure what that was, but that was really cool. This must be like the Heritage Railway here. That was cool. That must be the Heritage line right there, right next to these main lines, because that is an old signal there. Now there's some men standing there. We really need to make sure we don't actually sort of cross this signal. Actually. Just want to get us sort of in the ballpark. I know that some of these scenarios, it doesn't like you stopping before the marker, so you won't get a tick on that, and then you fail the scenario. Alright, chappy. Must be doing some work to this signal. They've asked us to stop anyway, so that's what we're doing. The weather is playing havoc with the signals guarding Appleford sidings. Pull forward and stop at the next signal. We have a worker manning the signal phone. He will advise you further. Thank you, sir. There we go. I don't know why the brake was applying then. I was pressing the wrong button. That's perfectly fine. So the brakes should start coming off now. Should start moving. I think I can do this down. Thank you. Say thanks to this guy as well. Cheers, mate. Let's get that shut up. So yeah, we got another signal, and then we're going via these two places. So yeah, it was a pretty much pick up passengers at Reading to Oxford service, but we had some interesting sort of dilemmas in there regarding we don't want to speed up too fast here, because obviously we'll be stopping again at the next signal set. Poor guys though, out in the snow trying to fix signals, but it's got to be done. Somebody's got to go and do it, unfortunately. You know, it's probably one of the best jobs in the world, but you know, when you've got to go out there in the freezing, snowy winter and fix signals, yeah, bit of a crap one then, isn't it? But I bet, you know, the summers are amazing. You know, having to go out and fix, you know, a signal or bit of rail in the summer. I bet you're out there like, this is good life. Good life. What's that coming down? Oh, it's a commuter. It's a networker. I can't see. Oh no, it's a 162. Let's get that up so we know where we're stopping. You alright, mate? Poor signals. Yeah. Plays havoc, doesn't it, on the, we got a rail tour. Yeah, I know, 58 running a rail tour. Crazy. Crazy. You reckon you'll get them done by Christmas? Oh, you cleared us. Sweet. Cheers, mate. I will say thanks to the others. Cheers, thank you. Cheers, guys, thank you. Nice guys. Yeah, I think he was a bit taken back that we were running a rail tour. 58 running a rail tour? It's unheard of. I know, right? Cheers, guys. And we are going via here. So it's a straight shoot all the way to Oxford. Excellent, excellent. Cool. We are speeding a bit down here, actually. I totally didn't see that. It's only 30. Whoops. Oh, what's this here? 47. Doing another bit of a rail tour, actually. The other way. It's quite cool. Thing is, though, 47s were pretty much the backbone of English Rail. They pulled freight, they pulled passenger services where electric couldn't go. They were pretty much the backbone. Same with the 37. 37, 47, they were the backbone of English Rail. Yeah, I can go back up to 80 as soon as I'm cleared this signal. Sweet. Let's get her going. Let's get her on the move all the way to Oxford. So we are at 33 minutes thereabouts. So yeah, this scenario did say it was going to take about 40 minutes, which, yeah, we're probably about that. We're almost at the end now. And it's been enjoyable. I really liked that little scenario we had with the broken signals and the guys sort of, you know, manning the signals and stopping us and saying we can go. That was really good. You don't get to see that a lot, actually. You don't get to see that a lot in scenarios. A lot of scenarios are just, you know, go here, pick this up. And I think that's what Dovetail does quite good, actually. Dovetail do tend to make some interesting scenarios. The scenarios that you get from third parties like Armstrong Powerhouse and Alan Thompson and what the community have made, they tend to be realistic scenarios, which are really good realistic scenarios, where it might be, oh, this 47 or this 37 pull these coaches at this time on this day on this route, and there's photos to back it up, and it actually happened at some point in history. Yeah, those are really nice sort of scenarios to play. It's sort of like historical, you know, scenarios. But Dovetail tend to do scenarios really well, where you get like these little interactions like that, where, you know, the signals are bust, there's someone talking to you about, you know, letting you go and whatnot. And yeah, really nice little, breaks it up from just going from here to there. You know, we get a little bit of world building, a little bit of you know, character development. I say character development like it's a TV show, but you know what I mean. It's just a little bit extra just to make it feel lived in. It makes the world of Train Sim feel lived in, knowing that there's some guys out there trying to fix the signals. And Oxford is 5 mile. Yeah, really enjoyable scenario, really enjoyable. And in one of my favourite locos as well. We haven't done many 58s. We haven't done a lot of locos, actually, to be fair. I've got the 70, the class 70 now, so we haven't done any of those. 58 we don't really do a lot of. There's another one, look, carrying some coal HAAs, some hoppers. But yeah, we don't do a lot of the locos that I've actually got. I mean, I've got a lot of the Armstrong Powerhouse ones as well, and we don't do a lot of them. We tend to sort of stick to our normal, you know, set of locos, which is like, which tends to be like, you know, the 377 or the class 37, stuff like that. There's so many that I have got which we just have never touched. Which maybe we should start. We should start looking at different locos, and I've got some really cool ones, actually. The class 60. We've never done a class 60, I don't think. And yeah, that is a really cool one. Very similar to this. Very similar to the 58, the class 60. Again, just sort of building that up to the 66. It's sort of the building blocks to that loco. Is that a single? No, it's a double. Let's hope the next couple are doubles. Oh, we better start stopping, actually, as we're only a mile away. But yeah, class 70 as well. Not done a class 70, and that looks really cool in the Freightliner Power Hall livery. That'll be a really cool one to do. Definitely looking forward to that. It looks like that was a single yellow, so this could be a red down here. Just need to be careful. of that. That looks like it, to be fair. So we're going to have to come to a stop. It's perfectly fine though. Yeah, those are red. So we don't want to run that. Oh, just went green. Let's knock the brake off as we come into Oxford here. Another networker. I'm right in thinking they're a... I couldn't catch that. 165, I think they are. They're a class 165. I think. Could be wrong. They could be a 166 actually. Something like that. 163. Can't remember. When it starts going into commuter passenger trains, I tend to struggle a little bit. I know the ones that I know, which are the you know, my favourite locos, like the freight locos, like the 66 and the 58 and the 47 and stuff, and the 37. You know, those are the locos that I like the most. So I tend to just know what they are. But when it comes to passenger services, I have no idea. Cool. So we will try and get all the carriages on the platform here. This is a good speed actually. And that will be us. So we will jump outside of the loco now and sort of review how we did. So that was the Class 58 in BR Red Stripe, or RailFreight Red Stripe. The scenario was Waterloo Rail Tour, and it was done on the Great Western Mainline. And yeah, very odd to see a 58 doing a rail tour, but it was cool. I really enjoyed this scenario. I really enjoyed the aspects with you know, the signal and the guys stopping you and telling you can go. That was really cool. So yeah, if you enjoyed this scenario, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.